Hi all, in this video we're going to examine how to do a quick break-even analysis, and we're going to use the data that we had performed a what-if sensitivity analysis on in another video. So we've got two questions, and typically what we need to understand is this. First, in this example, how many telephones do we need to sell in order to cover all of our costs? When we're talking about all our costs, we're talking about covering all of our fixed costs as well as all of our variable costs. Additionally, how much sales revenue do we need to generate in a month to cover all our costs? In other words, to break even. We're not making any profit, but we're not taking any losses either. Okay, so there's just two formulas we're going to work with. The first thing we're going to determine is the number of units that we need to sell or phones we need to sell in order to break even. And the formula for that is just our total fixed cost divided by our contribution margin, or selling price minus cost. Okay, so we know that our selling price is, as we've calculated down here, our total fixed cost is $7,700, which consists of our monthly payroll and our rent. All right, and our contribution margin, our selling price minus our cost, is simply our retail price of $499 minus a cost of $200. So we're making $299 profit or contribution margin on every phone sold. So to determine the number of phones we need to sell, we'll simply take our $7,700 worth of fixed cost and divide it by our contribution margin of $299 per phone. Okay, so rounded, we need to sell 26 phones based on this information each and every month as a minimum in order to break even. So the next question, what is the amount of sales that we need to generate in terms of sales dollars every month in order to break even? A very similar formula with a slightly different twist. We're going to take all of our fixed cost and we're going to divide that by our contribution margin percentage, or our gross margin, which is simply the selling price minus the cost divided by the selling price. So let's see what that looks like. Again, for our fixed costs, we have $7,700. Okay, our gross margin percentage, okay, is simply our selling retail price here of $499 minus our cost of $200, and then we're going to divide that by our retail price of $499. Okay, so our contribution margin is 60%, pretty good margin. So now in order to calculate the total sales that we'll need to achieve, we'll simply take our fixed cost and divide that by our contribution margin percentage. So based on that, we need to generate at least $12,850 to cover all of our costs. Another way you can figure this out, or to actually determine or reconcile this amount, is to simply take our break-even number of units, which is 26, and multiply that by our retail selling price. So we're saying we need to sell 26 phones at $499 to cover all our costs. And we can see here, $1,208.50 matches our calculation down here exactly. To verify this one step further, let's take a look at everything right here. I've got some entries here, total fixed costs and total variable costs. And let's see what they total up to. So again, our total fixed cost is the sum of our payroll and our rent. Oops, let's try that again. So there's our payroll and our rent. So there's our $7,700. Now our total variable costs, okay, are going to be 26 units times our cost of $200 per unit. Okay, so a variable cost based on 26 phones sold is $5,150.50. So let me just put an underline here. And let's total this up. And there we have it. We've got it verified for a third time. So yes, indeed, we need sales volume of $12,850 per month in order to break even. So this becomes a vital piece of information, not only just for your business to find out what you need in order to break even, But when you are running, for example, a sensitivity analysis, like we had on the previous page, where we want to determine how sensitive or what is the effect on our net income based on the number of units we sell as well as the dollar price point, we want to be able to see where we are at any given time with any changes in either one of these variables. So now that we know that we have to have at least $12,850 sold, we know that anything in this area here, we're not going to break even. Let me give you an example. So $37,150 was our planned. So anything less than $12,850, we're at a loss. So we can see here, we've got a loss if we're selling at $12.50. All these items here are at a loss. We can just highlight this, okay? And I think that, here's another one here, another one here. Okay, so anything that I've highlighted here, anything in these ranges, in these yellow highlighted areas, we have run a loss for the month. So this is where you can combine these two analyses very, very quickly to take a look at your business or any case that you may be working on to give you really valuable information on how to either respond to a competitive environment or in terms of running a promotion or a discount of anything. I hope you find this helpful, and we'll see you soon. Bye.